The stage is set. The women's doubles semifinals coming your way next here at the Zimmer Biomet APP New York City Open. Simone Jardim and Allison Harris taking on Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry. That's our first match of the day. There's Simone getting warmed up. She is a trailblazer, a veteran, and still at the top of the game. 44 years old, calls Naples, Florida home, but originally from Brazil. She's partnered up with Allison Harris again this tournament. Those two won the gold in Cincinnati just a few weeks ago. So looking to go back to back. It was a beautiful Mother's Day gift for the two of them to bring home the gold medal as mothers. Allison, 30 years old, out of Nashville, Tennessee. Going up against them, though, is a duo that is working to make a name for themselves here on the APP Tour. Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry. These two have partnered up a time or two before, but it's not all that often. In fact, to dive a little bit deeper into their partnership, Dorian Kraft, what can you share about how this partnership came to be this weekend?
Thanks, AJ. This is actually a full circle moment for Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry. They played against each other last year here in New York in the backdrop over on court 17. Amanda's team won that match, but she was so impressed with Kelsey's play that she approached her in New Jersey and said, hey, do you want to partner together? They didn't get to do that until the last tournament of last year. They realized that they were a good partnership, made a run to 5th place. They wanted to play together more this year, but they were already partnered up through 2 weeks ago in Cincinnati, where they made a run with the bronze medal, and they feel really good about their chances in this tournament to capture another medal.
Thanks so much, Dorian. I was talking with them earlier about exactly that, and they said that their play attracted each other to playing together, and now they're hoping to just build on the consistency coming off of Cincinnati, Don.
Well, I mean, consistency is the key. We see it week in and week out. Most of the teams that are coming out on top are making quarters and semifinal runs. Our teams that are playing regularly together. That is old news of switching partners all the time, Chad. When we first got into the game about 10 years ago or so at this level, we used to see different partners every weekend.
Well, and it was whoever could actually just travel to the tournament.
Right. But now the consistent partnerships, that's the way that most of these players have it, and they enjoy it, and they're succeeding with it.
Practice makes perfect, especially in a duo like this.
I like how you put it, Chad. It was who could afford to travel at that point.
The game has grown so much and continues to grow. It feels like every single weekend here. Fastest growing sport in America, just gaining popularity. Look no further than the beautiful venue that we're at to prove exactly that point here at the Billie Jean King National Tennis Center in the shadow of Arthur Ashe Stadium. Women's semifinal number 1, game number 1 underway. Harris Jardim up 1-0 before a side out.
0-1-1. Second serve.
And that is just Jardim saying, all right, I'm going to force you to slow me down right now, because she has come out guns blazing here, pulling the trigger early.
Just a clinic put on by Simone Jardim throughout that point, showcasing everything she's got in the tool case.
Well, Dom, you said it. She's coming out firing. Jardim doesn't want a whole lot of long points, but she's going to use everything in her tool bag.
And it's kind of funny because Simone and I had a conversation earlier about the puppet master who puts people on strings. We're going way back to an OG of pickleball, and that's exactly what Simone Jardim is doing right now.
Namesake for the Nasty Nelson.
Yes.
Point.
That ball out of bounds, and it's a 3-0 lead here in game number 1 for Harris and Jardim. These two are the defending gold medalists, won in Cincinnati just 2 weeks ago. Trying to double dip, and with a backhand like that, Simone Jardim means business.
I was coaching some of our next-gen plays against Grambeau and Hendry earlier this morning, and where they had success was that controlled chaos. And right now, that's what Jardim and Harris are trying to do.
Oh, that time. Grambeau gets up, finds the overhead winner right at the feet between Jardim and Harris.
Well, they had an opportunity right there when Harris went for the defense of the ATP. They had an open court right there, but Hendry ended up hitting it right at Jardim. And again, one of the best defenders in the game. She's going to get that back over. You've got to get that ball away from her.
Side out.
It's a little too big on the backswing there from Jardim. A little shake and bake action.
0-4-1.
That time, great attack by Kelsey Grambeau to give them their first point here in game number 1.
1-4-1.
Grambeau with another big overhead there. Harris can't get it back over the net.
Well, that is women's doubles at its finest right there. You see these incredible hands battles between all 4 of these ladies. Finally, someone able to put a ball away.
Again, Grambeau, big forehand. Chad, what is working so well for her right now?
Well, right now she's anticipating that pace is going to come. That last ball, Harris tried to go crossbody through the middle, but Grambeau staying nice and short and compact just puts it right in the chest of Jardim.
Grambeau just proving that she is here to try and earn a right at gold medal. Look at this forehand winner down the line.
Well, nothing that Jardim can do other than try and get that up and over. She gets a little bit too much of it and it pops up. But again, a little love off the tape for Grambeau and Hendry.
All tied up here in game number 1. Best 2 out of 3 games to 11. That time Grambeau can't get the shape on the around the post.
She tries the around the post. She didn't even see it.
That was, I'm just going to throw the paddle out there. Hopefully it goes in. Trying to save herself from going face first into the court. But you're seeing 2 different styles of cross-court dinking there. Grambeau with the heavier backhand slide. Jardim with the heavier topspin.
Another little help off the net, and it gives Grambeau and Hendry. So when you're talking about the difference between the slice and the topspin, how does that affect the way you have to defend your opponent's shot?
The topspin kicks and pushes out. The backspin hits and slides on this court. So in reality right now, they're playing to each other's spin.
Grambeau and Hendry with their first lead here in game number 1, 5-4. It's a 5-0 run they're currently on.
Hendry just on her heels enough that she can't get that last one back over. But again, it's the pressure from Jardim holding her ground at the kitchen line, able to keep Hendry back and keep her on her heels.
Harris with the serve.
Second serve.
Grambeau ready for that lob from Jardim, and Harris can't get the ball back over.
4-5-2.
4-5-2 for Jardim serve.
Yeah, nice drive there from Harris. Going right into the left hip of Hendry. She's uncoiling from the stack.
5-2.
That's a great spot right there from Allison Harris. And again, you can so easily get too big on this ball. Watch Allison Harris just stay nice, short, and compact and finds the line. If she gets too big, she'd tend to pull that wide. Great job by Allison Harris.
Side out.
And nice counters there from Kelsey Grambeau. Stays nice, short and compact, gets on top of that ball, keeps the ball
5-6-1.
down toward Harris and Jardim.
Oh, Hendry has the whole court to work with, and sometimes that's your worst enemy because you have so much room.
Well, had a little bit of time there too, and you see Hendry take that paddle a little bit
5-6-2.
further back behind the head. It lays back.
And Hendry misses that ball and
Point.
almost tried to act like, yeah, no, I meant to do that as the ball sails out of bounds.
It worked either way.
6-6-2.
6-6-2.
Oh, it's dirty. Dirty.
Side out.
Makes it look like she's going to really punish this ball and then just loosens out the grip, drops that ball in the kitchen. Grambeau and Hendry all the way back at the baseline.
A touch of delicate devastation from Simone Jardim.
Oh, Grambeau was on it, but caught it a little late.
7-6-1.
7-6-1. Harris with the serve.
Second
That time
serve.
forehand left short on the third from Harris. Pushes them onto their second
7-6-2.
serve.
Just wide there from Hendry. Jardim baiting her a little bit into that. Coming over, taking a lot of the middle of the court. Hendry didn't have to be as fine. Just push that
8-6-2.
wide of the line.
Point.
Third shot
Timeout
drive from
receivers.
Jardim.
9-6-2,
So
1 minute.
authoritative. And it gives Jardim and Harris the 9-6 lead here in game number 1 over Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry. Timeout called on the court as Grambeau and Hendry want to try and slow this little run that Harris and Jardim have put together. So it gives us a chance to take a Tervis hydration break here at the Zimmer Biomet New York City Open. The boys rocking that Tervis gear so far today. What is the thing that stands out here in game 1 that you have seen both of these teams sort of lean into early on?
No one's making a ton of errors. They're playing fairly clean, but right now it's just the execution right now of Jardim and Harris is just a tad better. It's given them a 9-6 lead, but you saw early on what Jardim and Harris's game plan was, and it was to come in, play fast, pick up that pace, and it's been successful for them so far.
Yeah, and Hendry and Grambeau in particular has done an excellent job of kind of weathering that storm and the barrage of speed-ups. The last couple of points, she's gotten a little bit big. And with that continuous pressure, if your timing is off, then those balls start to spray a little bit. So look for Hendry and Grambeau to get back to a little bit more condensed stroke. Try not to do so much. Allow Jardim and Harris to create that power and get that ball down.
They have to figure out something quick here for Grambeau and Hendry as Harris and Jardim sit just 2 points away from taking game 1. Winner of this match moves on to our women's doubles gold medal match here at the Zimmer Biomet APP New York City Open. Grambeau coming out with a purpose.
Yeah, it's a good counter right there at the feet. Keeps that ball nice and low, and after the timeout, earn the quick side out.
That time Grambeau finds the sweet spot right behind Jardim, and it's 7-9.
Yeah, Jardim sitting forehand there, anticipating Grambeau to take that through the middle. She pulls it cross body just a little bit. No way for Jardim to catch up.
Great get by Harris, but Grambeau, recognizing the hole on the court, takes advantage.
Yeah, ball just gets popped up again. It's the same thing Jardim happened to earlier off the tape. She tries to get it back up and over just too high, and same thing here for Harris, and Grambeau takes advantage.
Jardim right at the feet of Grambeau. finds a good spot.
If I dare have an opinion here,
we dare.
Simone Jardim is playing very clean.
8-9-2.
She's being tested and getting probably 5 or 6 of every, rally here. 5 or 6 of the balls in a row. Why don't we test Allison Harris a little bit more? Because that right there, she's just feeling very good. She's moving around well. I want to keep the ball away from her just a tad right now.
Right on cue, Jardim taking 6 or 7 balls in that last point. Handling every one of them.
I think Harris hit 1 ball in that one.
9-8-1.
So it is a side out. Jardim with the serve and a 9-8 lead here in game 1. Harris getting big with the forehand, catches Hendry on her heels.
Well, she only hit 1 in that one too, but it was an important one.
That worked.
Game point opportunity.
Oh, nice little slide down the line there from Harris. And you heard in the middle of that point, Jardim telling Harris, up. She got back up to that kitchen line, took the ball out of the air. Perfect passing shot.
Game point corner pocket for Simone Jardim and Allison Harris. They take game 1 of our women's doubles semifinal at the Zimmer Biomet APP New York City Open. Game 2 when we come back to the Big Apple.
Introducing Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour. They're ultra lightweight and responsive for incredible speed. They have Goodyear rubber outsoles with a specialized pickleball design for increased side-to-side stability and agility. Plus, they feature shock-absorbing foam and Skechers' famous relaxed fit design for incredible comfort game after game. Conquer the court in comfort. Skechers Pickleball, the official footwear of the APP Tour.
At Typical Insurance, you're just another senior.
That is the 3rd health insurance commercial with seniors at a farmer's market.
Right? Don't get me wrong, I love a fresh heirloom, but it's like those companies think we're all the same.
That's why I chose Humana. Before I signed up, I spoke to someone who actually listened to what I needed. She told me about benefits that were right for me, like vision and dental, all in my budget. I finally feel in control. What are you doing?
Taking control.
Humana, a more human way to healthcare.
Here's a look at our Gamma Live to Play Rally of the Match. Jardim and Harris. Jardim in particular, just clinical so far in this first game.
Yeah, good get there from Harris. Gets back up to the kitchen line. And then the last little inside out, sliding it down the line there from Harris, giving him game 1.
That's her patent shot right there. It's the first time we saw it. Hey, hold on to it till you really need it. That's game point.
And Dom, you pointed out the targeting, it seemed like, of Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry right at Simone Jardim in game 1. Dorian joins us now to say that that's actually a little bit intentional, huh?
Yeah, AJ, I talked to Kelsey and Amanda prior to the match, and I asked them, going up against a duo like Allison Harris and Simone Jardim, what is the strategy? Because they are so good. And they said Allison Harris is so consistent. That was something that concerned them. They knew Simone had weapons, but the consistency of Allison Harris was something that they specifically wanted to stay away from. But the messaging between Hendry and Grambeau in that changeover, very positive. It was Grambeau that was saying, hey, you know, we are playing the right way. Just keep trusting your shots.
Great stuff there, Dorian. Certainly a change of strategy going to be necessary for Grambeau and Hendry here in game number 2 if they want to force a decisive game 3 early side out here for Harris and Jardim. Harris with the serve and a chance to get themselves on the board first.
Oh, nice finish right there from Grambeau as Jardim comes over, tries the 1-2 combo. Didn't get enough of the second ball here, and Grambeau able to find the opening.
0-0-2.
Jardim with the second serve. Great spot there. Simone Jardim just paints the inside of that back corner for the point.
Yeah, nice little inside out there from Jardim as well. Just held that, waited for Grambeau to commit to a side with the paddle. Oh, nice get from Grambeau.
That was tough. Jardim put a ton on that cross-court dink. She runs around it, hits a nice forehand.
0-1-1. Point.
Hendry on the attack in that point. Sails off the paddle of Allison Harris and out of bounds.
Yeah, got in on the body on that left hip of Allison Harris. Good spot.
Jardim aiming for that corner right behind Grambeau's left shoulder again. That time Grambeau puts a paddle on it, but out of bounds. Second serve.
1-1-2.
1-1-2 for Kelsey Grambeau. Harris almost gets the dig, something we've seen her do so often, but comes up just short on that one. Grambeau and Hendry with their first lead here in game number 2.
2-1-2.
Oh. Defense again there from Grambeau and Hendry. Just fighting everything off and then going on the attack themselves.
3-1-2.
Oh, Hendry trying to punch that backhand through the middle. Unfortunately, a little long. It was a flat punch. So, again, she doesn't get much topspin on that to get that ball down. If she's going to keep that in, she's got to lay off it a little bit more.
Instead, it's a side out. Harrison Jardim with the opportunity here to cut into this lead, but that ball out of bounds. Second serve.
Well, another set play there from Jardim, throwing up the third shot. Love to push Hendry away from the kitchen line, but missed the fifth wide.
Jardim just perfect in that point, finding her spots, finally getting it done.
2-3-2.
Grambeau again going on the attack, steps into the middle, finds the winner.
Well, the reason that's a tough speed up right there for Jardim is because it's right at the left shoulder of Hendry, and Hendry is left-handed. So, again, it's a little easier for her to get on top of that ball right there.
3-2-1.
I like to see Jardim go to that right shoulder from that sideline of Hendry.
Grambeau goes for the around the post. Can't get the shape on it. So on to their second serve. Grambeau, the former collegiate field hockey player.
That's actually Hendry.
Sorry, that's Hendry.
I was going to correct you on the around the post as well.
Hendry. Grambeau's had so many moments. It just took me a minute there. Hendry, though, missing the around the post, but she is the former collegiate field hockey player. I was talking with her last week about just how that has translated to pickleball, and she said a lot of it is the footwork has helped her a lot as she's made in her move into professional pickleball. Certainly seeing a lot of active movement here so far in game number 2.
So nice little run here from Hendry and Grambeau, taking a 3-point lead here in game 2. Need this second game to force a third.
Hendry with the serve.
Side out.
We hear Hendry say, how do you miss that? Well, no, I just got caught up there a little bit from Hendry. Didn't clear the body enough, and it got right into that right hip.
That ball just wide.
I cannot see. Yes.
So Simone Jardim going to call for the challenge here. Grambeau called that ball out.
At the time of
ruling, it was tough. It looked like it skipped. So we'll see what happens here. Immediate challenge from Jardim and Harris.
So they trail by 3 here in game number 2. A little review of the new video review rules on the APP Tour in 2024. Line calls are reviewable, but it must be a rally-ending shot, such as was the case right here. There is no limit on how many challenges a player or a team can make within a match. However, that player, that team is assessed a technical warning after 3 failed challenges. So that means when you make the challenge and it does not go your way. So Simone Jardim, Allison Harris challenging this one. Here's another look.
Looks like that ball may have just caught the line there.
Yep.
Great job by our cameras catching that right down the sideline. This ball called out by Grambeau, but the review here requested by Simone Jardim as they trail by 3. What have Grambeau and Hendry settled into here in the second game that has gotten them the lead, Chad?
Well, again, they know that Jardim and Harris are going to be aggressive. You talked about Hendry with collegiate field hockey. She was a goalie. She's no stranger to a ball flying toward her and being able to get a glove or a paddle on it. And she's excellent at being able to counter. Kelsey Grambeau right now, I think, has been a little bit more of the difference in this one as far as she's doing an excellent job countering. She's moving the feet, and she's putting the pressure back on Jardim and Harris.
So the score is 3-5-1 after the challenge was deemed successful by Jardim and Harris. Grambeau gets big on top of that one after a little help from the net cord.
Yeah, net cord coming into play on both sides right there, and kind of threw Harris off just enough. She can't get on top of that ball.
C.J. Shank, Andy Morales. C.J. Shank, Andy Morales to court 15C, 15 Charlie.
Two-handed backhand from Simone Jardim into the net. So it'll be a side out. Harris and Jardim do get 1 point back, but still trail by 2. And now it's Grambeau and Hendry, the 5 seed,
5-3-1,
with a chance to extend this lead here in game number 2. Grambeau, when she gets big in the middle and picks her spot, has been spot on here in game number 2.
Hendry slides really nice on the speed up again from Jardim, gets on top of that forehand.
Point.
Nice drive there from Hendry. Catching Jardim, trying to slide across to the line. She was protecting middle for the uncoil on the stack.
7-3-1.
And it's a 7-3 lead here for Grambeau, and Hendry still on their first serve.
Second serve.
Grambeau wants that one back off her paddle.
100%. She was jumping all over that forehand right there.
Almost seemed like she got 2 on top of the ball with that jump. Jardim goes for the lob and effective at that. Grambeau sails that response long, and it'll be a side out.
3-7-1.
3-7-1.
Second serve.
Grambeau, after that two-handed backhand, drives its way onto the court and past Jardim, raises her hand as if to say, that's what I've been wanting to do. 3-7-2, Harris with the serve.
A little bit of help from the wind there with the third shot lob there from Jardim. Grambeau had a double clutch, thought she could hit an overhead.
We've had a few little gusts of wind throughout this tournament so far. Nothing like what these players dealt with in Cincinnati, but still something to keep an eye on.
Side out.
So Jardim trying to go for that lob again on the third shot. Hendry able to get a little more on that last one, and then Jardim and Harris trying to fight their way out of it. But too much control at the kitchen line from Amanda Hendry and Kelsey Grambeau.
Second serve.
The ball was there to drive from Hendry, but she hesitated a little bit by the time she stepped into it, already on the way down.
Side out.
A little too much loose wrist there from Grambeau on that last ball as she tried to go inside out, push it cross court.
Jardim and Harris just responding and reacting to everything Grambeau and Hendry
4-7-1.
tried in that point. Forces the side out, and now they have a chance to cut into this 3-point lead here in game number 2. If they manage to come back and get the win, then they move on to the gold medal match. But right now, Grambeau and Hendry trying to hold on and force us to a decisive game 3.
4-7-2. Point.
Nice get there from Grambeau just to stay in the point. But this time Jardim goes into Hendry with the slide, jams her up just inside that left shoulder.
Oh, Harris almost gets it, but just a few inches outside the sideline.
Well, that was a tricky return right there from Grambeau. She put a ton of slice on it, sliding that ball out towards the bait or the sideline, excuse me. Made it very difficult for Harris.
Oh, Grambeau almost picked it up, but a good job from Amanda Hendry going on the lob retrieval, then getting back up to get that drop shot.
Across that dink from Grambeau, pushed wide. So another side out. Harris and Jardim get the ball back with in the exact same position that they gave it up. And another opportunity here to add some points to their total.
Well, Jardim almost to a point right now where she doesn't care if Grambeau and Hendry know she's hitting a third shot lob. She's literally just setting it up so she can get the next ball and push them off of the kitchen line.
Jardim on the attack with a two-handed backhand right at Grambeau. Gets him a point, and within one here in game number 2.
Timeout
That
receivers.
was a good spot right there from Jardim. She went right at the body
6-7-1
of Kelsey
1 minute.
Grambeau, jammed her up just enough, and
6-7-2.
getting that timeout here from Hendry and Grambeau, trying to slow things down a little bit.
A really critical point in this game for Grambeau and Hendry as Harris and Jardim sit just 1 point away from tying us up. Grambeau and Hendry have to win this game to keep their hopes alive of making it to the gold medal match here at the Zimmer Biomet APP New York City Open. Hey, we've had so much fun bringing you some professional pickleball this weekend. If you are interested in creating a pickleball league in your community, we introduce you to APP UTR Pickleball Leagues. With no age minimum or maximum and men's, women's, and mixed formats, there's a chance for everyone to compete and make it to the national championships in Fort Lauderdale, December 7th through the 10th. Interested players and venues can visit the app.global/pickleball leagues for more information. The VIP tent, the spot to be here on a balmy Saturday afternoon. In
Well, the key word there is
balmy.
Balmy.
I was thinking balmy.
No, I was thinking
humid.
Tent with the shade.
Yes.
Exactly.
That's the key here.
Stay out of the sun a little bit as much as you can.
Time in, 6-7-2.
Allison Harris with the serve and the chance to tie things up. What an attack off the paddle of Amanda Hendry.
Okay, never mind. I'm the one who said maybe attack the right shoulder,
No.
She was sitting on that one right there.
7-6-1.
7-6-1 after the timeout, the quick side out, and now Kelsey Grambeau and Amanda Hendry with a chance to extend their lead. Simone Jardim delivers the final blow, but immediately points to her partner as she and Harris, the perfect duo in that point.
Well, it was actually the dig from Harris that got them out of trouble right there. Somehow picking up a ball off her shoelaces and getting it back over.
Jardim goes for the dig, the dink just a little bit wide. So it's an 8-6 lead here for Hendry and Grambeau.
Side out.
Got to have that one. That's a big point right there for them. They extend that to 3, and they're still on serve. Got to keep putting that pressure on Harris and Jardim. Do not leave the door open. Right now, there's a sliver open.
Slight breeze coming in.
Slight breeze.
And if anyone has the capability of kicking that thing right wide open, it is the veteran duo of Simone Jardim and Allison Harris.
Ooh.
But Grambeau and Hendry everywhere.
Second serve.
The point started to get a little chaotic. Finally, someone got it down. It just looked like that was going every which way.
So second serve here, Simone Jardim with it.
Point.
It's like the 5th, maybe the 5th or 6th third shot lob.
7-8-2.
Chance for Harris and Jardim to tie things up here in game number 2.
Dave Cooper, second call for 12C.
Oh, Hendry has this sideline open, but again, just a little too much.
Just pushes it wide, and it's a tie game here in game number 2.
Well, I had the opportunity there going behind Jardim as well. She was almost down on the ground.
Jardim and Hallis playing from the baseline that entire point as Grambeau and Hendry just owned the kitchen line. Get the ball back on their side of the net, all tied up at 8. Hendry with the first serve.
Point.
What I like right there from Grambeau is she's taking those aggressive two-handed backhand dinks from Jardim out of the air. She's not allowing them to hit the ground and kick, so she's taking that away. She's got to stay there if she wants have any success against those.
Harris with a big forehand right into the body of Grambeau, pushes them onto their second serve.
9-8-2.
It'll be Kelsey Grambeau with it.
Oh, and some help from the net court there. Almost catches the bottom of the net court as it kicks up and over.
And a timeout called on the court by Harris and Jardim as Grambeau and Hendry face a game point opportunity here. If they can win this one, then we will go to a decisive game 3 to decide who earns that first spot in our women's pro doubles gold medal match at the Zimmer Biomet APP New York City Open. Out of this timeout, Dom, what do Harris and Jardim need to do to get the ball back on their side of the net, give themselves a chance to win this game?
Well, again, Harris has saved her little inside out for the end of game 1 and now to the end of game 2. She just had one. If she gets a ball up, she's got to go behind Grambeau with that again. I'd like to see that. But again, they need to just continue to keep grinding this out, looking for their opportunities. But kudos to Hendry and Grambeau. They've really battled. They kind of weathered that storm of Jardim and Harris coming back and have regained that 2-point lead and now do have a game point on their paddle trying to force this third game. But right now, out of this timeout, your return has to be good here.
Yeah.
You cannot allow this ball to be attacked on the third. Got to have a nice deep return right out of the gate.
Let's see if they can do just that. Kelsey Grambeau with the serve and a chance to send us to a game 3 here in New York City.
Jardim and Harris playing a little bit more patient there in that one. Jardim had an opportunity when she reached in that typically she's been taking the speed up, but decided to move the ball around a little bit more.
So it's a side out here. 1 game point defended. Can Harris and Jardim add to their own total? Well placed. Grambeau gets there, but cannot get it back in.
Inside out lob.
It was.
Right? Inside out lob right there.
Beautifully placed ball by Allison Harris. Gets him back within 1.
That wasn't the inside out I was looking for. But it works.
Allison Harris inside out in a variety of shots. Chance to tie things up here. The around the post. Well defended from Harris. She responds, and off the paddle of Hendry, it sails deep.
The key point is going to be the missed dink by Hendry at 10-8 game point.
Don, you're saying if there was a crack in that door, it is getting wider and wider as we continue on. But Grambeau trying to put that stopper back with that last forehand winner, pushes Harris and Jardim onto their second serve.
Jardim missed an out call.
10-10-2.
10-10-2. Jardim with the serve.
Oh, Grambeau didn't clear the body. She just tried to take the head out of the way. So the weight and the weight transfer leaning there to the left.
11-10-2.
Sets up match point opportunity here for Simone Jardim and Allison Harris.
No. That is patent Jardim. That is like
That's old school
2014 Jardim right there. Grinding that out, and then the little inside out, knocking Hendry down.
Don't call it a comeback in game number 2 for Allison Harris and Simone Jardim, because those queens look like they know what they were doing almost every single point. Jardim, are you kidding me?
Oh, you talk about 2014 Simone Jardim going back to the one-hand slice backhand, and that opens up the ability to hit that inside out.
The queen adjusting her crown on that last point. We will hear from Simone Jardim and Allison Harris when we return.
Less is more, unless it's less beer.
Cat tire.
Nothing brings us together like Eggland's best eggs. We love the taste, always so fresh and delicious, plus superior nutrition. For us, it's eggs any style, as long as they're the best. Eggland's best.
Well, I know we mentioned it, Chad, but that was old school Jardim to end it. Beautifully done by Jardim and Harris.
Yeah, picked it up from the toes right there, and Jardim going back to the one-hander on the backhand cut slice cross court, and it opens up the ability for her to go the inside out, moves it and hits it into Hendry's movement. We'll throw it down to Dorian Croft for our Franklin post-match interview.
Thanks, Chad. Ladies, congratulations. This was a tough-fought match. Simone, I want to start with you. I was sitting behind the two of you in that last time out when you were down 8-10-2, and you looked at Allison and you said, let's get one. What was going through your mind when you saw Amanda miss that dink there to give you guys back on serve?
It was more like this past week I did some freshman math, and I was like, you know what? If we do a little math here, we can figure this out. So when we were speeding up, we were losing the points. When we were playing them long and slow, we're winning. So hello, get an A, not a F.
I did hear that you guys are doing a lot of geometry this week ahead of the tournament. Allison, the two of you have made such a successful duo. In those pressure moments, even when you're down, what gives you the confidence playing next to Simone that you guys can still pull it out?
She's just so supportive, and she just gives me little tidbits every few points that kind of keep me calm and grounded and kind of just give me direction of what to do.
Did she give you lessons on geometry?
No.
Well, at least you guys are getting better at pickleball. You're so good. Moving on to the women's gold medal match. Congratulations, ladies. We will see you there, and we will see you on the other side of the break here at the 2024 Zimmer Biomet New York City Open.